What's up, Planeswalkers? 6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena, and we're going to hop into some sweet Muldrotha play. Let's get our value train rolling. So today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the possibility of having wildcards as individually bought entities. I think it's relatively clear that something needs to be done to make wildcard acquisition a little bit higher in order to make sure that individual desired cards increases, going up against Barum. So obviously this is agnostic of the fact that Wizards is making some sort of change. You know, we obviously don't know what change they plan on making for the July update. 1 second. This is not a great hand. Mulligan. If I'm going against aggro, that hand would just get me killed. Yeah. There was one. So I guess you can think about it a couple different ways, or a few different ways, I should say. No. First is whether or not. Well, I guess whether or not. So okay. So you can change what the specific product is. You couldn't see I did air quotes. Yeah, I'm just gonna go into Branchwalker. Cool. You could have either individual wildcards or wildcard bundles, right? Where it's like, I don't know, something weird. It could be like four commons, 3 uncommons, 2 rares, and a mythic. It could be like just one of each, or you could just make them individual. So you could get a single common for a certain amount of something, single rare, single mythic, etc., etc. You could do a playset style where everything on offer is for 4 of the things. I'll attack first. But then you think about what the price model is going to be. So you could either have it be only gems and gold, or technically only gold. They're essentially never going to do the third one. You gonna seal away this? Because that'd be hilarious to me. Go up against Esper Control. Sure. And I'll cast this. Probably going to get counterspelled. Or not. Cool. Just graveyard it, why not? Play this. And end turn. An argument for keeping it gems only, or a couple arguments, is it restricts the people who are going to buy it. That's true. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. People who are willing to use gems, not necessarily buy gems with real money, because I'll get into that in a second. The people who are willing to use gems typically are those who are more likely to understand the intricacies of making a good deck. And I'm saying more likely. I'm not saying that if you that you don't necessarily. What is this nonsense? Yeah. So if you have a player who doesn't necessarily know exactly what they want, and they don't necessarily know exactly what they're going for, having them spend a currency to get a currency that will possibly end up being disused by them will likely feel worse than just having them use a wild card, right? Because obviously they can still do the same thing with a wild card, right? That's a legitimate observation. But that's only technically one. Fatal pushes are nonsense. That's only technically one avenue that they're spending one currency. Whereas if you're making them spend for a thing to spend, then I feel like that'd probably feel worse. It might not. I have no evidence to back that up. But cycling a land, either they have a land heavy hand or they're insane, and like want to lose. So that's like a decent argument for having them just be gems. And you know, people could say, you know, it's pay to win because then you can just buy gems with money, real money, and use them for wildcards. But you can win gems from things like draft. Now, the problem with that is that the people who are drafting aren't necessarily going to be the same people who are trying to get individual cards. But if Wizards wants people to partake in several of their formats, right, then it's kind of a decent way to incentivize someone like me who doesn't want to play drafts to play drafts more often than I do, right? Even if it makes me, you know, quote-unquote makes me play like a draft a month instead of 0 drafts a month, right? Having something that I can get with gems that actively benefits me in Constructed, which is where I prefer to play, it incentivizes me to play a couple drafts, get some gems. If I do well enough, I can get essentially like it's a gem conversion, right? Because you theoretically you pay gold, and then you get some gems, and then you can turn those gems into an individual card that you might need, right? So it wouldn't be pay to win because you can still just play the deck. I can do this for what too. So I mean, there's the argument for that. Personally, I think that if they implemented it like that, even though I think that it would be fine because of the thing I said, right, that you can still get them elsewhere, I think the community would be too harsh on it. Like they would just like not like that, and they would perceive it as being pay to play or pay to win. I feel like that term is thrown around and people really don't understand it. And I don't want to sound like condescending, but if a game is pay to win, it means you're getting an advantage that free-to-play players cannot have because you spent money. If I'm able to get the same cards at a slower rate than someone, that isn't necessarily a pay-to-win scenario, right? I'm still getting the exact same cards. Do I need green? I have 2 green. No, I have 3 green, 2 blue, 4 black. All right, so I'm gonna get a blue. It's lame. It like feels a bit lame because of how long it's taking for me to get the same cards that someone else is. But I'm not at a disadvantage, right? In terms of the fact that my cards are exactly the same as my opponent's. And some people might say that, no, you're at a disadvantage because it takes you longer to get the cards. But the thing is, in a ranked system, the people who have, you know, a quote-unquote better deck are either going to float to the top, or if I'm good enough, I'm still going to win against those people even if they have quote-unquote better cards. There's the ability to rank up is twofold, right? It's how well your deck is built, and that will include things like do we want to play Liliana here? It's probably just going to get countered. I mean, yeah, I want to play Liliana here. Like, even if like, you want to throw it out just in case they don't have a counter, and if they have a counter, they have a counter, right? You kind of have to just allow things to happen. And it happened, which is awesome. Unfortunately, they did murder the crap out of my Scarab God by exiling it, so unfortunately, I can only Liliana. If they have another Vraskas, that's like madness. That's 3 Vraskas in the top, like, what, 20%? Some madness like that. Yeah, sure, nonsense I don't need. Gearhulk for Vraskas, that sucks. Yep. Jeez, that's pretty bad. If you hand me a budget deck, you know, I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm a decent Magic player. I've been playing for actual years. If you hand me like a budget Magic deck, and you hand someone new, like relatively new to the game, maybe even playing for like a month or something, a like super expensive deck with a chock full of like super powerful cards, it's still pretty likely that I win the game because I have a more intricate knowledge of the rules. I have a more intricate knowledge of likely my deck as well as my opponent's deck. So it isn't necessarily the case that just playing with more expensive cards is going to immediately give you an advantage, right? I mean, even this situation, I mean, this is a rare, obviously, but, you know, these 2 uncommons are fine cards. Like, they're some of the strongest cards, right? So, like, it isn't the case that just having a more expensive deck is going to be better. Man, I tangented the hell out of this. Ooh, I have a Vraskas. Alright, well, I'm going to catch Vraskas. I think it tapped wrong. No, it didn't. It tapped as well as it could have. I only had 3 black total. Yeah, disallow. That's fine. Alright. This is why I shouldn't have long form speech, because gosh darn do I digress. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, it wouldn't be pay to win if they made it gems only. Not only because you could play to get the cards, but also I do think that people on forums and stuff, I think, have a fundamental misunderstanding of what it really means to be a pay to win game. It's essentially a pay to like skip game, whereas like, you know, I like grind essentially, and you're essentially like people who are paying money to get more packs are paying to not grind as much, right? Like that's essentially it. My turn. I mean, I can start pumping up Ballista. I couldn't have double pumped this turn, so I'm still fine playing Gifted Aetherborn. I can also just start attacking with Gifted Aetherborn. I'm a little worried about my opponent just like approaching soon, but I can't actually do anything with this Gearhawk right now. The problem is they probably have a seal away for Gifted Aetherborn, which freaking sucks, but say la vie. What was I saying? Right, yeah. So I think having them gems only would be fine. Oh, I hate you. I hate you so much. How dare you? But I do think it would be better if it was gems and gold, in order to purchase individual wildcards or wildcard packs or whatever the heck they do. One, it gives people something else to spend gold on. Right now it's just events, which are cool. But I don't know, maybe people don't want to play events, maybe they just want to play ladder. And then it's just packs, and very obviously, I'm sure some people just don't want to buy packs to get a bunch of great cards. So, you know, I think gems and gold would be good. I mean, familiar. I can attack with that too, because if it dies, I get to draw a card. Alright, it's fine. Here's the plan. We're going to get Ballista up to 14, and then we're just going to kill my opponent. I mean, they only have 2 cards in hand, right? They have 2 cards in hand, no way of filtering. Still have 42 cards left in the deck. Like, we're not in a bad spot yet. My assumption, though, is that their hand is just like 2 counterspells. Maybe it's like a Seal Away and a Settle the Wreckage. I'm not sure, but they're not in an amazing spot. If this was gone, I'd be able to like have them on a legitimate clock, obviously. But just attack me, do it. Oh, what a punk! I almost keep forgetting to put a darn counter on this damn Ballista. Okay, so I have a Vraskas, or a Vraska. I'm gonna get in with the familiar first. And I'm curious. I mean, now the Ballista's at 4. I mean, now the Ballista's at 4. Like, I here to attack with multiple of them. I mean, my opponent like has a Settle the Wreckage, right? And would they settle for 2? They might. So I'll attack with 1. The thing is, like, Seal Away is lame. So my opponent decides to block here. I think that's fine. I get to draw. I get a Fatal Push, doesn't actually help me. I mean, this is probably getting countered, right? Now, if it doesn't get countered, obviously, you could say, like, why didn't you play this first? The reason I didn't play it first is because I wouldn't have attacked with everyone anyway because of exactly Settle the Wreckage. I want to attack relatively slowly. And I'm probably going to only be attacking with Ballista for a while. I don't see her living. Like, this is probably Gearhulk number 2. No, because if they would have just disallowed it. Like, they have no reason to Gearhulk there. They might just Ballista. Okay, so they are just going to Ballista, so put them to 10. I mean, it looks like they're not in a fantastic spot. Like, especially if Vraska lives. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I would like to see the ability to purchase individual wild cards. However, I do not think that that will be an option, at least not for right now. There are several other things that wild cards, like, that could be improved for the rate of wild cards, but for example, like, whenever you get, I think I was watching the Tier 2 podcast with Merchant, and I don't remember if it was, I want to say it was Frank, but I might be wrong. Someone said that, like, every, like, 2 grayed out cards, instead of going to vault progression, right? Interesting. So, how much mana does he have? Crap. So he can, if he's smart, he Gearhulks into Vraskas, and he does it right the heck now. This is, like, so awful for me. At least it's not the fairy. Yeah, I mean, the correct thing for him right now, I think, is to immediately use Scarab God to get back Gearhulk to get back Vraskas. Right. If you get 2 grayed out cards, then you get, like, a wild card of that rarity. So, like, the first time you get a rare that's grayed out, it's like 1 out of 2. And then the second time, it's 2 out of 2. And why? Why, though? That's so not great. You can get your own things. I don't understand why they would do that. I really don't. I mean, I guess they draw a card, but, like, I don't know. I think it's a bad play. I am going to fail push that. Like, they get to draw a card, but they're tapped out. Wait, what? Does this keep the... I thought it was a token. Exile, create a token. That should be dead. Do tokens created by Scarab God have the same CMC? I know clones do. I don't see why the token would, though. But, I mean, I guess I'm just dumb and bad. Let's play this. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not in a great spot. Like, a part of me wants to concede just because of how long it's going to take to finish this game. And, like, that's unfortunate, right? Because, like, I have plenty of outs, right? I am not in a horrible position. I'm in a bad position. But I'm not in a horrible position. it would just take me so long to claw my way out and win. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about either of the wildcard suggestions. Also, let me know if against control I get to a point like this where it could kind of go either way, but like, should I concede? Right? Like, I'm okay. Are you still stealing stuff from? Why? You could get rid of my Vraska. I don't understand that. I'm very confused there. Can this block? It can. Oh, I like the block. I guess maybe they're saving it for counterspell? I'd like to draw a card. You have priority right now. Please give me a... Let me... I don't think my opponent knows. Yeah, I don't think they're... maybe they do know. Wait, are you finally going to... Vraska's my Planeswalker now? No? Alright, well, I'm just confused. How long until I can get to Ultimate? 7, 9, 3 turns. I don't think it's correct to try to do that. Honestly, I don't. It's... Either way, it's not a great spot. I mean, I definitely kill something of theirs. But do I kill Scarab God, knowing that essentially all it's going to do is put them back some mana? I mean, the problem is I can't even attack. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take the initiative here. I'm just going to concede. I don't think that game was unwinnable, but I want to have another game in this video. I don't want to have it just be like one slog. And so, like, you know, a lot of people talk smack about control decks. I don't think that that was unfun from a gameplay perspective, but from the perspective of trying to make a video relatively entertaining, I say relatively because I'm not that great. Going with Drew8603. It's difficult to talk about things when you get to a stalled out game like that, right? There aren't like haymakers, you know, it's not as much of a back and forth. It's very much a, I have to make certain plays to make sure I win a certain way, etc., etc. This is a fine hand, and I'll probably end up getting a Black Source. Actually, since I don't have a play on turn 2, I'm tempted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Swamp. The reason I'm going to do that is I don't currently have a play on turn 2, but I could. And I didn't. And this means I can save this for green if I need it. So I'm fine with doing that. Alright, black green mid-range. Black green snake. Okay, cool. So I will be able to kill that on my turn. They're gonna get some value if they play something next turn. What I don't want to see is like a Jade Light. Jade Light would be pretty insane. Alright, they get 2 energy. I should be able to beat Snake. Oh, look! It's exactly Jade Light. But yeah, I don't think there's necessarily anything... Oh, fudge. Anything inherently wrong. Oh my god, it's a 6/5! Alright, well, okay. So Chupacabra, obviously, kills this man. Because wait, they put it on the bottom. That's interesting. Wait, they put 2 in there? No, okay, there's 2 now. Wait, they kept it on top the first time, and then put it on the bottom the second time? That doesn't make any sense to me. Whatever, it's fine. They'll attack, I'll probably block with my 2/2, and then on my next turn I can Vraskas and Evolving Wilds for probably a green source, I'm not sure. Okay, sure, Chupacabra me. That's fine, I get to draw a card. I'm still probably going to chump block here. Now I'm definitely going to chump block. because if I top deck a land, then I can -3 Lily, get back the Chupacabra. Oh, look at that! So I can -3 Lily, Chupacabra this, and I'm in a pretty decent spot. Because it's Planeswalker and Chupacabra versus just Chupacabra. I like it. I like it a lot. I almost misclicked there. I'm not gonna lie. It's also a zombie. It is a zombie. Cool. Okay, so we're in a pretty decent position. Parity in hand. Well, not now. If they play a land, parity in hand. But I have a nice Planeswalker, so things are looking pretty good. Gearhulk. They put it on... I guess that, yeah, they just don't have land, so I guess that makes sense. Sure. I don't know why you didn't do that first. Alright, sure. I'm not too worried about that. If you attack, I will absolutely block. There's no world in which I'm not blocking. So I can plus the Liliana and then leave up mana for Vraska's Contempt. Or I can just play Scarab God. I think I just want to play Scarab God.
Servitude? Think of it as...
Yeah. I'll do this. I'm just going to use it now. Get a forest. Could get an island, but I think I'm fine getting a forest. This slider is a little too sensitive. It'd be great if we had an option to change the sensitivity. I don't think we do. I might be stupid. Oh, darn. I need to... There we go. Let me look at my options. No. They could use a few more options in this game. Slider sensitivity is one of them. It's too loose, wet. I don't know. Cool. Yeah, we're in a great position. I don't need that. Oh right, we have a zombie already. Draw. +1.
I belong to no one.
Cool, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can play something for... That's fine, I don't need to. I'm going to entice them to double block. If they double block, I'm just going to get a Chupacabra. Cool. I'm likely going to get a Chupacabra anyway. I could even get a Gearhulk. I'm going to go ahead and get a Chupacabra, so that only comes down with 2. Yoinkity. And you die. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty... It's kind of bad for my opponent that they only got 4 lands. But, oh my god, I have so much... Oh, yeah, value. Value incarnate. Sure, let's make sure we have a land. Oh, wait, I was supposed to put Vraska on second. Whoops. Oh, well, it's fine. What's in here? Bunch of stuff I don't need. Bunch of stuff and things. Importantly, I do have another Chupacabra in there. That's plus. Just get a bunch of zombies for Scarab God to drain my opponent.
Oh, look what I found.
And let's go ahead and do some sweet attacks. No, attack. Attack with this, attack with this. I'll attack with one of the zombies as well. Looks like he's gonna ping a Lily Footsie. No, shouldn't do that. That's fair. That is reasonable. Yeah, I mean this is exactly why I wanted to concede the first game, is to try and get another one in. So I'm glad that I did. I've been actually like playing Singleton relatively frequently. I got another 7 wins with the Rock, and since it only costs 500, not 1,000, like I thought, I can still buy a pack. What pack am I gonna get? I'll keep getting Amonkhet just for the lands. Because, like, Dominaria is too gray. Like, I have no incentive to buy Dominaria packs when everything is gray. Alright, the gray stuff there as well. I got another land! This is, like, 2 videos in a row where I said I'm getting an Amonkhet pack to get a land, and I immediately got a land. I love calling packs. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about what Wizards could or should do about the wild card acquisition, specifically for getting individual cards that, you know, we want. As well as let me know what you think about conceding in scenarios which I don't think I am like a 0 to win, but it is a bit of a slog, and I don't know, maybe you guys just don't want to see me struggle for 40 minutes and then end up losing to Approach or something. I don't know. It's up to you guys. If I get more people who are just like, yeah, just concede, then I'll probably start doing that. Either way, go ahead and tap that like button if you'd like it, add a subscription to your mana pool, and cast a comment in the comment section down below, and until next time, all will be one.